Good morning, everyone. Welcome to this spiritual gathering honoring Earth Day. As we gather with each other in person and as we gather online for April the 24th, 2022. We're welcoming returning geese and nesting birds and thawing rivers and lakes and snow melting into mud. And in this season, we welcome not only the mud and the mess, but the miracles of life emerging from the sleep of winter. Whether you're part of this spiritual community here in Edmonton or Saskatoon, or you're part of this community online, we welcome each of you. Together, we're a community of seekers. And together, we create community, gathering to celebrate life, to lament all that endangers life's flourishing, to seek meaning and wisdom and comfort with one another, to be the best human expression of life that we can be. So wherever we are, whoever we are, and however we are in this moment, we belong to the community of life, and we belong to one another, and we take our rightful place in this community as gathered community, gathered and scattered. We are one human family. We take our place in the long story of life, the long story of land. And we begin, as we always do, by honoring the legacy of the land where we find ourselves. And whether we're at home or we're traveling, we take our place in this moment on land that has witnessed deep beauty and great suffering. And we pause to recognize the first peoples of our land, the first to call this place home. And here in Edmonton and Saskatoon, we respectfully acknowledge that we are partners in Treaty 6 territory, ancient land of Cree and Métis people and traveling route of so many Indigenous peoples, tribes, and nations. We take our place with each other, a planetary community of interdependence of all people and creatures and elements, seeking a more respectful future with each other. Our life is possible because we are in the sweet spot of our galaxy. We're the Goldilocks, not too close, not too far from our nearest star. As we light our candle here in this community, we invite those of you joining us online to light a candle too in your place as we welcome the light of a new day. And we welcome the lengthening of light in our hemisphere, the light on which our very lives depends. And we're not only born into light each day, but we are born to be light each day, to be the light of kindness, the light of compassion, in the words we speak and in the actions we undertake in this day. And with each other, we bring our deep capacity for curiosity, and we sing our wonder and our gratitude.
I sing a song to the sea. sing to kindness and grace, justice and truth, courage and grace. I sing to you. Oh, what a wonder! Oh, what a marvel! Oh, how awesome you are! What a wonder! Oh, what a marvel! Oh, how awesome you are! Oh, how awesome you are!
We take this moment to center ourselves in gratitude, in wonder, in a commitment to the community of life. And so, with one another, we offer this our prayer that it might strengthen our intention to live in these ways that are so deeply and truly our best and highest humanity. We pray with each other, sharing the words you find before you. We open to the wisdom of earth, the wisdom of stories, the witness of our tradition and experience. May we sense sacredness in ourselves, in each other, and in the wonder of our planet as we grow more mindful of our connection with all that is. May we shoulder one another's burdens, share each other's joys, and help each other to live with love, respect, and compassion. As one earth people, we pray that it may be so.
As we gather in this Earth Day week, we are all of us reminded that if only the earth were as easy to care for as if we were holding a beach ball. We can so easily tend for this, can't we? If it gets low on air, we blow it up a bit. If it's a little overinflated, we just let a little air out. We can keep this, we can tend it, we can mind it. But the earth is much, much bigger than us. And yet, we can do equally as caring and amazing things for our planet because it is the only one we have. It is home. And so in this week especially, surrounded by marvelous depictions of earth, of creatures, of the amazement of our planet, we take this time to ponder all of the ways that we tend, that we care, that we steward this planet, as if it were a beautiful thing we could hold in our hands. This song that we're going to sing is a way for us to express our wonder and our joy and our care of the earth, and it's been a while since we've been able to do it with Sherry Ann here in this room to use not only our voices but our bodies to have movement with this song. So I invite Sherry Ann forward to share with us a few of the movements, and then we'll sing it together.
Good morning. Oh, it's good to see you. Oh, beautiful Gaia. When I think about this song and how it's been part of our lives, I'm thinking about how we come to it. I come to it as a dancer, someone who is very much inspired by American Sign Language, as one of so many amazing languages that we can express ourselves. And I have learned these signs from a teacher, and so I share them in gratitude for those signs. As a bit of a recap, in case you would like to join in this expression of love for the earth, the sign that I'm using for beautiful is putting my hand up to my face and just showing the amazing magnitude of what we see and experience. The sign that I'm using for Gaia is the letter G, and then this rotation is showing our planet turning. We'll sing about the jewel that is our planet, and I point to my ring finger, and then I show the expansiveness of the cosmos. And then, what's our next one? Oh, pine trees. And they're blowing in the wind. And then lizard. So fun. It's the letter L climbing its way up. And then turtle. The body of a turtle with its shell. This is one of the turtles. And if you can wiggle your thumb, you might just show that the turtle is definitely home. And home, a really important sign. Our earth is our home, and it's up close to your face. Shall we sing?
O Gaia, calling us home. O beautiful Gaia, calling us on. O jewel in the cosmos, O Gaia, calling us home. O jewel in the cosmos, calling us on. Tree bending in windstorm, O Gaia, calling us home. Tree bending in windstorm, calling us on. O lizards and turtles, O Gaia, calling us home. O lizards and turtles, calling us on. O beautiful Gaia, O Gaia, calling us home. O beautiful Gaia, calling us home.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. And I know you've come here for a full spiritual experience. And one of the ways that we can have that is through theater. Today we are adapting a children's story written by Michael Foreman entitled, A Child's Garden, thank you. A Child's Garden. And we have retitled this, A Story of Hope. Oh boy, I'm not usually nervous. I am. This is a little different from some of the plays we have done because you all have a role other than to be a witness. In the middle of this, there are 4 pieces of music. We invite you to sing with us. The lyrics will be up here. It'll be very clear. You'll hear the band and the piano and the singers. Please join in. You are welcome to stand or you are welcome to stay seated, whatever you feel comfortable with. So with that, I give you a story of hope.
It's been raining for days, too many to count. The children have been cooped up with me, their mother, for far too long. Wakey, wakey, out of bed, sleepyheads.
Oh, Mother, do we have to? I want to sleep some more.
Me too. It's too boring to get up. There's nothing to do.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's time to rise and shine. The sun is just above the hill, another day for you to fill. Oh, can't you hear it calling you? Cock-a-doodle-doo.
Sun? Has the sun returned?
Has the rain finally stopped?
The day is dawning just for you. So go and make your dreams come true.
Cock-a-doo! Bye.
Love you. Mwah.
And whoosh, they're off. Don't go too far. Be careful. Have fun.
Look at the sun, just peeking out from behind the hill.
The hill we can no longer climb.
Let's poke around it before it gets too hot.
Okay. It's an awful mess.
Just a bunch of crumbly, broken down junk.
That junk was our house and our friends' houses.
You're right. I'm sorry.
Well, I guess you're right too. It's just rubbish now, nothing of much use.
Let's head that way, over to the fence.
I hate fences. I miss my friends, my school, my piano lessons.
I hate that everybody talks about is them and us.
Sometimes I can't help remembering when they...
Breathe. Sis, slowly. Slowly. That's right. It's over. Everything isn't all right, but we're okay. Okay?
Okay.
You okay?
Yes, I think so. I'm sorry. I'm trying hard to get over this, but sometimes I just can't stop it from coming.
That wasn't a bad one, sis. You're getting better, I think. Do you want to keep exploring?
I think so. Everything's so brown and gray. So blah. Wait a second. What's that green over there?
I don't know. Let's check it out.
It's awfully close to the fence.
Oh, come on. The fence can't hurt us. Raisha.
Why, it's a teeny tiny plant. Oh, let me touch.
No, just a sec. let me move some of these bricks. They could fall at any moment and crush it.
Try using them to build a wall around it, to protect it.
Good idea.
What kind of plant is it? A flower or a weed?
I don't know, but it's not going to survive unless we help it. Despite all the rain, it's dry as a bone. See if you can find some water.
Oh, I know where there's lots of water. All the cool streams that flow in those hills. Remember when we used to go up there with Father? The air was so fresh and the water so sweet.
I remember, but now we can't get to the hills. They're on the wrong side, and Father is gone.
I miss him so much.
Yep, me too. Go find some water before this plant dies, too.
I think there's a can over there. I'll go see. Yep, and it's half full of water.
Great!
Here you go. Pour it through your fingers gently. Now, don't flood it.
Okay. Drink up, little one. I found a couple of sticks, some wire, and this old sack, and ta-da! I made a shelter for shade.
Brilliant.
Children, come on back.
Coming.
Time for lunch.
We're coming.
Hey, sis, just a sec. Let's keep this a secret, just between us.
Oh, okay. It'll be a surprise for everyone when it grows big and tall.
Spirit, Spirit of Gemini.
It's hot today. The sun is relentless this time of year. Doesn't seem to bother the children in the least. They're out there again, caring for their secret garden, which is no longer a secret. It's a healthy grapevine, reaching its arms wide and gathering everyone together to joy in its beauty and its promise. I dream of what it could one day be. But for now, it's enough that everyone is just enjoying it on both sides.
Look, sis, butterflies, bees.
Birds! Look at all the birds. So many different ones. Oh, look over there. Some of my friends. Hi, it's been so long. I've missed you.
Hey, guys, what's new? What's up?
Children, I'm sorry to interrupt this joyous reunion, but it's getting late.
Oh, come on. It's not that late, please.
Please, just a little longer.
It's getting pretty dark. No, we'd better go in.
Aw,
Children,
okay.
there's always tomorrow. Say goodnight now.
See ya.
Night. See
Good
ya.
night.
See you tomorrow.
Morning has come, arise and greet the day. Dance in its light, rejoice along your way. The light of who shines.
It's over there. They threw it in the ditch on the other side of the fence.
They?
The soldiers, I heard them in the night.
Do you think anyone was hurt?
Everybody in here.
How could they? Haven't they destroyed or stolen almost everything we care about? Why are people so cruel?
I'm sorry, dear ones. You worked so hard and everyone loved helping make it grow so beautiful.
Not everyone, I guess. Because overnight it's just gone. It's all gone.
It's not all gone.
What do you mean?
It's still in here.
I don't understand.
I will always remember how your care and compassion for something so tiny, so fragile, something that grew into a bridge, bringing so many people together, none of us will forget.
It was so small and spindly when we found it.
You both protected it and helped it grow stronger every day, one leaf, one branch at a time.
It made everyone so happy. At least I thought it did. Why would anyone destroy it?
I don't know, honey. I just don't know. Come on, you two. Let's go inside. It's getting cold and the wind is changing again. It feels like we're in for a bitter season. For strong winds that blow lonely
we have to?
Yes, you both do.
Okay.
Up and at 'em. I know it's felt like spring would never come, but I have some good news for you. It rained overnight,
Oh no, not again.
and it's quite warm today, and I think I hear someone kicking a ball around. Why don't you two go out and join them?
Ball. All right. I'm out of here.
See you later. She's right. It's really nice out here. You go and play. I'm going to look around for a while. Wait, stop, don't go. Look,
Look where?
over the fence.
I don't see anything.
Green shoots, a whole row of them, all along the ditch.
How'd they get there?
I guess maybe some seeds survived the winter.
But they're on the other side of the fence. How will we water them?
There's my friend carrying a bucket. Thanks, hi, thanks, she's watering them. Thank you.
Don't forget to build them a shelter for protection.
Thanks, you're the best.
But what about the soldiers? What if they come again?
Didn't you see them? They're already sitting over there, watching. But they're smiling.
Smiling? Why?
I don't know. Maybe they don't mind plants, so as long as they grow on their side of the fence. Stop. Do not move.
Why?
By your feet. Look down by your feet.
Green shoots. I almost destroyed them.
And look over there, more by the fence.
Hey, if you tend yours and we take care of ours, we can help them to meet in the middle.
You're right, you're right. All of us working together, we can do it.
Morning has come, arise and greet the day. Dance in its light, rejoice along your way. The light of hope shines deeply in each face. To be is a blessing. Just to live is holy. Eyes open wide to all that is around. Hearts open deep to welcome all as one. The light of love shines freely on each face. To be is a blessing. Just to live is holy. Let go of all that grounds your life in fear. Trust that the universe's heart is near. The light of life shines fully on each face. To be is a blessing. Just to live is holy. And that's the real miracle, isn't it? It starts with a seed of hope, cultivated with compassion, weeded with diligence, watered generously, pruned carefully. The miracle happens.
It takes everyone together to grow a lasting peace.
Justice for all.
And a world in which we and our children
and their children
and generations of children
can live without fear. Roots run deep and seeds spread. This is our continuing story of hope. So we, everyone, can journey forward in safety and freedom to live our best lives as individuals and together as the one human race we are and have always been.
When all roads lead to confusion,
These are the words of Rebecca Baggett. Words for us to hear on Earth Day, which of course is every day. It's her poem entitled Testimony. I want to tell you that the world is still beautiful. I tell you that, despite children raped on city streets, shot down in schoolrooms, despite the slow poisons seeping from the old and hidden sins into our air, soil, water, despite the thinning film that encloses our aching world, despite my own terror and despair, I want you to look again and again, to recognize the tender grasses curled like a baby's fine hairs around your fingers as a recurring miracle, to see that the river rocks shine like God, that the crisp voices of the orange and gold October leaves are laughing at death. I want you to look beneath the grass to note the fragile hieroglyphics of ant, snail, beetle. I want you to understand that you are no more and no less necessary than the brown recluse, the ruby-throated hummingbird, the humpback whale, the profligate mimosa. I want to say, like Neruda, that I am waiting for a great and common tenderness, that I still believe we are capable of attention, and anyone who notices the world will want to save it. I want to tell you that the world is still beautiful, despite barbed wire and separated families and destroyed homes. I want to tell you that the world is still beautiful despite the heartbreaking devastations of war, the displacement of families and other creatures, the insane destruction of so much, the inhumanity we inflict on one another, and the mindless consumption and exploitation of the very elements and creatures and systems that make our existence possible. I want to tell you that the world is still beautiful. Nonetheless, notwithstanding, in spite of us, despite human neglect and cruelty and ignorance and greed, I want to tell you that the world is still beautiful, and many who have noticed are working to save it. We honor Earth Day in the season of Easter. And in this season in our hemisphere, when we're on the cusp of spring and we're moving from winter's rest to the burgeoning, birthing season for so many creatures with whom we share this amazing home, the busy nesting season as we move toward bud and blossom and bloom. And we who would be an Easter people, we who would be an Emmaus people, we who are walking each other home, must first of all be earth people. Those who've noticed the beauty and are committed to being the children who water and nurture and protect what sprouts against all odds. Who do whatever we can to nourish the things that persist and persevere and push through hard ground and even hardened hearts. Who stand with the standing nations, the lungs of the planet, who cast our lot for clean water for all, who support those who work to clean up streams and help the earth circulate its lifeblood of water, who speak for soil and air. For what we love, we'll protect. So we take this moment with each other to think about the ordinary things we can do to save what we so love. Changing our consumption patterns, what we use and what we choose not to use. Our purchasing patterns, what business practices we'll support and which ones we won't. Our food choices, what we'll eat in ways that are sustainable. With how we place our dollars, with those who are doing the very best to save what we all so love. By doing whatever we can in the everyday, ordinary choices that are ours to make. For I want to tell you, the world is still beautiful. Every other week, we have the opportunity to hear from either Zoe or Allison for a wild sanctuary moment, and I'm really thrilled to welcome you this morning, Zoe.
Thanks, Nancy. Good morning, everyone. What a treat to welcome you, to be with you all on Earth Day. So as we get set to bridge back out into community, as we think about what it means to hold Earth Day as an everyday practice for us, I invite us to feel our foundation. You may push your feet into the floor. You may wiggle your toes, knowing that we are all touching the same earth. Earth is our home, providing us with everything we need to live and thrive. And so, as you begin to notice your breathing, slowing down, becoming present to the fact that we are all part of one ecosystem. We share space with all other beings. We remember that Earth is the foundation for all that we know. The food we eat, the people that we love, all of the elements that nourish us each and every day. And so today, perhaps after the gathering or sometime this week, as you move through time outdoors in nature, you're invited to feel the solid foundation of earth beneath your feet. Contemplate all of the ways in which you find foundation in your life. The people, the places, the beings, the experiences that ground you here and now to this earth. Who and what reminds you that you are home here on earth with each other, with yourself?
I want to share a few invitations and announcements with you. As always, we have an opportunity for conversation about our theme this morning and an opportunity to gather on Zoom and participate in conversation with each other. This is particularly an invitation for those of you who are at home online, an opportunity to gather with a few others and go a little deeper in conversation about the things we've explored together this morning. You'll find the Zoom link on our website and an opportunity to be hosted by Nell and engage in conversation with a few other folk. I'm very pleased to welcome our board chair to share a few words with you today about a few exciting things that our board has been up to recently. Joanne Van Beek, we're really delighted to welcome you and to have you share some of the decisions that the board's been making on behalf of the community recently.
Hello, everyone. As Nancy said, I'm the new board chair. My name is Joanne Van Beek. It's a tremendous privilege to have this position. And I thought I'll just introduce myself a bit. I would have done that in person had we had the AGM in person. I'm sure many of you were there and we all saw each other on Zoom. And I think that went very well. Just a little bit about me. I was the vice chair last year. Jakob Kellerman, I'm not sure if he's in the room here. Is he here? Has to raise your hand there. Yes. We didn't really have the opportunity to give Jakob a great big round of applause for the work that he's done really for the past 3 years, and I'd like to do that right now. That's right. I have some big shoes to fill, but I will do my best. I live outside of Edmonton, east of Leduc in the county. My husband and I farm out there. We raised 4 children that have flown the nest quite a while ago. My husband still farms a little bit, and I help him out when I can. I'm also a wedding and funeral celebrant, and I have a small business out that I work out of my home. I came to SSUC in 2015 for the very first time. I happened to be at the university taking a small, kind of an interest course at the university there that was led by Sherry Ann. I don't know if she remembers that I was in the class, but I was. And she broke us into small groups. And in my group was Ken and Ellen Frederick. And they said a little something about this cool, unique church they had just started attending. And my ears sort of perked up, and I wrote it down. You know, I couldn't really spell it, though, Steinhauer, Southminster. But anyway, I went home and asked Mrs. Google what it was about, and I came for the first time, and it was just such a unique and beautiful experience for me, and so I slowly started coming a little bit more. And so that was my first introduction to SSUC here, and I'm just thrilled to be here and to be a part of the board. So, and it's also quite exciting to share just 2 initiatives that we've undergone in the last little while, and I'm just going to tell you about them. The first one is called the Emberwood Wild Sanctuary Project. We've already heard from Zoe a little bit about that. But it's led by Allison and Zoe, and as was explained in the AGM annual report, Emberwood, in partnership with SSUC, it began as a pilot project back in 2018. And it began as a project to respond to the spiritual and the community needs of young queer adults here in Edmonton. The project has grown significantly, it really has, with over 100 young adults attending their different nature-based programs, where these young adults are embracing and exploring new ways of being a spiritual community through the natural world. These are primarily young adults who have been excluded from traditional religious spaces, and yet they're looking for spiritual meaning, purpose, and connection. And I think there's hundreds and thousands of more of them out there. The Emberwood Wild Sanctuary, they have an enthusiastic visioning group who have offered their support and guidance to them in crafting an exciting vision for the future, but of course they need funding to do that. As was mentioned in the AGM report, they have applied for a new ministries grant from EDGE and the United Church for $75,000 to be received over a 3-year period. And they have also requested $75,000 of funding from SSUC, also over a 3-year period. And this funding will enable them to move towards sustainability and to continue to support and fulfill the growing demand for this ministry. So at the last meeting of the board, we approved this request. The monies over the 3-year period will be taken from the Southern Homes investment income or the bequest monies that we have. And we're excited to see this ministry grow, and we wish Allison and Zoe the very, very best. And we look forward to their, yes. Thank you. And we're looking forward to this ministry evolving from the pilot project that began as Emberwood into what will be called SSUC Wild Sanctuary. It's pretty exciting. The second project I'm just going to tell you briefly about is called Just Like Family. In March, the board received an invitation to participate in a very unique investment opportunity. It was an invitation to make a direct investment of $50,000 in the master franchise of a home care business called Just Like Family. As many of you are aware, SSUC has invested funds from the Southern Homes, and those investments have done quite well. So after much discussion, the board passed a motion to move $50,000 from our current Southern Homes investment income to the direct equity investment of Just Like Family. Investors in the Just Like Family are predominantly faith-based organizations, along with other ministers and individuals. Just Like Family is a for-profit business committed to putting people first in regards to their clients and their employees. SSUC will now be a shareholder in this social enterprise-like business, and we look forward to a healthy and a significant return on our investment, while at the same time making a significant positive social impact for so many. I'm sure if you have some questions, I think they can go to Jakob. No, I'm just doing I do have an old-fashioned landline number. You can find that in the directory. So feel free to call me if you have any questions or ask Chris or Nancy. But in conclusion, I'm looking forward to another great year ahead of what SSUC does best, and that's to provide a safe community for all of us who are spiritual seekers. Thank you.
Thanks so much for that, Joanne, and such a treat to be up here twice this morning. So folks, we would love to welcome you to Forest Families, which is a new project that Emberwood, or what is now going to become SSUC Wild Sanctuary, has been working on. So Allison and Mia are our leaders at this family program. We have one coming up next Saturday, April 30th, from 9:30 to 11:30 at our new location, which will be in Horlack Park at the new community plaza. So if you have young people in your life, if you are a parent or a caregiver, an aunt or an uncle, or someone who takes care of your friends' kids, we hope that we will see you there for some time in nature, some time in family, some time connecting with one another. You can find out more details at emberwood.ca/forestfamilies, and there's a registration form up there.
And I just that you see around the room here this morning, those of you who are in this space, they were created by Alberta women as a part of a project, All Beings Confluence, looking at the creativity of women, land, and spirit. And we are the guardians here in Edmonton at SSUC of the Alberta banners that were created in that project. It was a companion project to a recording project with Carolyn McDade, the project Widening Embrace a number of years ago. The panels will be hanging for a little while, and we invite and encourage you to have a closer look, and you'll also find a booklet at the back, just inside the doors, that describes what has been created and says a little bit about each of their creators. And you have heard from Joanne some of the exciting things that we're doing and some of the things that your support supports. And we invite you to contribute as you're able. The notice on the screen tells you the various ways that you can offer your support to us, and whether it's a one-time gift or a regular gift, whether it's small or whether it's large, every gift is appreciated and valued, and as you can hear, put to good service for our community. We go to be the light, to bring light to every kind of challenge, to bring the light of peace and hope, the light of integrity, respect, passion, justice, balance, courage, creativity, gratitude, inclusivity, spirituality, compassion, responsibility, open-mindedness, continuous learning, and joy, always.